Hey everybody, today we're going to be taking a quick look at installing a SunPass Mini toll decal on the panoramic glass sunroof of this Mustang Mach-E. The two things that we're trying to accomplish here are to not have the green sticker on the windshield, which is kind of ugly and distracting from the overall appearance of any car. Also, by being on a window cling, it makes it easy to remove later. So when you get another car, you can actually move this window cling onto another car. So that's a nice bonus as well. All right, now let's take a look at the things you're going to need. First is the SunPass Mini. Then you've got a window cling, approximately 4x6. We have a way to cut the window cling down to size, which in our case is going to be a slide cutter, which is used for crafts and such, a squeegee, and a pair of 2 latex or similar black gloves. And yeah, that's the setup that you're going to need. Let's look at it the Wes Anderson way. We have one SunPass Mini, one window cling 4x6, one squeegee, which will most likely come with the window clings, slide cutter, or a pair of scissors. We have 2 black gloves. So here's kind of the easy first step of what we have here. What we want to do is take our SunPass Mini and our window cling, we don't want it to be so much bigger. We don't want the window cling to be too much bigger than the SunPass. So we're going to kind of get an idea here. We can kind of go like this even. And say we want it to have, you know, an inch or a half an inch around the margin. Keep it simple. Set that aside. And then we're going to use the cutter to kind of do that. So we were going to go a long ways like this. I'm just kind of doing it by eye. I'm not trying to measure this, but I'm going to use the cutter here. Get it just, you know, nice and straight against the edge. Let me kind of do it this way. It's a little bit bigger than the pass. It's going to cut on this line. Maybe go a little bit more. Okay. All right. Now we're going to take the cutter, make a nice straight cut, and the SunPass, see, just a little bit bigger. Not too much crazy bigger, just a little bit bigger. And then we'll go on to the next step, which is really going to be, we'll unbox it, we'll put it on the window cling and put it up on the roof of the sunroof, and let's see. Okay, so before we go outside and go to the car part of this, let's talk about the mounting, you know, direction. So on the window cling, the sticky side is, this is not the sticky side. The sticky side is on between the paper. You know, so when this paper comes off, the back is sticky. So that's going to go onto the window. On the SunPass Mini itself, this side with the serial number on it is not sticky. There's a removable piece of paper that comes off, and then there's a big green side that usually faces out on your car. So you put this on the window on the inside. So this actually all works in our favor. We're going to unbox the SunPass Mini and put it on the not sticky side and put it on the not sticky side of the cling. And then the serial number will be facing inside like it's supposed to, so not readable from the outside. And yeah, so all that works in our favor. Nothing special about that. So let's go ahead and, you know, cut this thing out of the box. Sorry, I'm kind of doing this in an odd way to deal with the camera. Okay, so what we're going to do is take this out, and I'm going to have to do a quick edit to cover up the serial number again. Okay, so you see now that the SunPass Mini is out of the package, and we're going to take it off of the backing and put it onto the cling. Okay, so for this step, I'm actually going to put on gloves. Now this is really optional, and but I don't want to get fingerprints on the back. I don't want to get fingerprints on the back of the Mini. So I'm putting on some Home Depot. These are gloves you buy at Home Depot for doing work around the house where you don't want to touch things. So All right, so this is a pretty straightforward thing here. Oh, look at that. There's actually not the green thing on the back. Isn't that interesting? Looks like they changed it since the last iteration of this. It's just a sticker now. Very interesting. Well, this makes it even better because now we're preventing a big black blob from being on the windshield. Now, this was maybe not as straight as I wanted it to be because I just plopped it down. But that's basically it. Now I could actually, if I really, not that this matters and I probably really shouldn't do this right now because I am risking screwing it up, but I see this edge is a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna chop down just the tiniest little micro fraction off of here. Done. All right, close enough. All right, now we're gonna go outside. Before we move on, let's talk about this SunPass Mini having a black back. It looks like it was just a change that they made recently to make them more discreet when mounted on the windshield. This is according to the Google AI, which I assume is pulling off of the SunPass website. The color change does not affect the functionality. It's just, like I said, more discreet. Pretty interesting. I didn't know they made that change. All right. And for the next phase, we need the gloves, we need the SunPass itself, and the squeegee. This is going to be the actual installation. You need to make sure the glass is clean. I won't show that here, but you know how to clean glass. Windex, paper towel. This car is pretty new, so I'm kind of going to skip that step. And let's get going. Okay, so we're going to take our SunPass. I've already put my gloves on, and this is a full glass roof, so where I'm going to put it is kind of right behind where the driver's head would be. So the seats move forward a little bit, so we're going to go kind of right about here, you know, kind of behind. Like I said, you don't want to be looking at it. That's the whole thing. Keep it out of your eye line. And you want to remove the backing, and I've already kind of started the corner here. You can use a carpet knife or an X-Acto knife to kind of start peeling it. I found that that might be a little helpful. And I have the gloves on to avoid getting fingerprints on it. Okay, so this is the key step here. I'm gonna get it kind of on here. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's actually pretty solid. We're gonna, well, you can always adjust it a little bit here. No, of course. Okay. Now this is where, actually that's fine. Now a lot of the air bubbles, if there's little air bubbles, they're going to dissipate naturally over the course of time. But in the short term, you could, you know, use the, now all of these little kits of window clings come with some kind of a squeegee. So you just take the squeegee, don't overdo it. Like I said, any small bubbles will just be gone in a few days. So that's pretty straightforward. Okay, painless. We'll get a close last look at it. So there you go. Like I said, it's in the middle of the glass roof, behind where the driver's head would be. And that's about all she wrote, guys. It's a fun process, just a little thing, but enjoy. Thank you.